Welcome to the American Dream. I'm your host, Kimberly Prince, and today we're venturing into the charming town of Loomis, California, where rich history blends with modern living. Join me as we explore the heart and soul of Loomis and meet some of its passionate locals who are helping shape its future.
Nestled in the foothills of the Sierra Nevada mountains, Loomis exudes a sense of warmth and community that's hard to find elsewhere. Loomis captures the essence of small-town charm. It's home to historic landmarks including the Blue Goose Fruit Shed, which dates back to the early 20th century and served as a center for the local fruit packing industry. Along Taylor Road, you'll find popular eateries like High Hand Nursery and Cafe, Loomis Basin Gastropub, and a number of breweries and shops.
And speaking of small businesses, we're here at Smithville and Co, a beloved hub at the center of Loomis. Let's head inside and meet the owner, Jess. I'm so excited to be at Smithville & Co. with their owner, Jess. Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for being here.
Can you tell us a little bit about your business and why it's so special to Loomis?
Yeah, so this is an old smog shop that sat for 15 years abandoned, and I just saw the potential in elevating this entire Taylor experience, which is Taylor Road in front of us, and by doing so, just kind of putting the investment into here in a place that we could gather the community.
When you think about Loomis, what do you think of?
Yeah, I grew up in a small place in Northern California. I went to school with the same 40 people my whole life. So home really was home, like home in my heart, home when you'd go to the grocery store. And it's kind of the same thing here. So I wanted my son to have the same experience. And so I really do think that no matter where you go in Loomis, you feel like you're at home.
That's why I love it so much. You run into people everywhere you go, especially here at Smithville & Co. And I heard that Smithville has a very special name for the city of Loomis. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's funny because my married last name is Smith, so everybody assumed that Smithville came from my last name. And I had a partner that started this with me, and she was very creative in it. And I felt like it would be too much mine and not hers. And so I started doing research on the town and found out in 1862 that Smithville was the name of Loomis. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the name for us. Keeping history, not only in the building, but keeping the history of this town right here on the cornerstone of this major intersection and corner.
Absolutely fitting for Loomis. This is my favorite spot to stop in whenever I have to work or grab a healthy bite. Thank you so much for creating this spot for us.
We love having you here and seeing you here and everything that you're doing. So thanks for being a part of it. Yeah.
Whether you're a resident or a visitor, Smithville & Co. is a must. Now, let's head up the road where a beautiful custom-built home waits for us. Welcome to 3410 Ashley Creek Drive in Loomis, where luxury meets craftsmanship. Let's head inside and meet the husband and wife duo behind this beautiful custom-built home.
Josh and Christy Hastings are the husband and wife duo behind NorCal Homes and Development. They specialize in custom-built homes in the Placer County region.
Christy and Josh, thank you so much for having us here today. It's so much fun seeing what you've built in this spectacular home. Can you tell me a little bit more about why you chose this region to start building?
I really just think Loomis made sense for us. We love the community, we love the restaurants, we love the neighborhood. All of it just felt timeless to us, kind of like the builds that we do.
Christy, if you were to give one tip to somebody interested in starting this process of building a custom home, what would that be?
Hands down, find the right team. Find someone that knows what they're doing, understands the process, and meets well with your goals in mind.
Josh, can you walk us through the process of building a custom home from concept to completion?
Absolutely, yeah. First things first is you want to find the right piece of land. Once you establish where you want to be, then from that point on, it is a process. You're working with a civil engineer to figure out your lot layout and land and be able to place a house. And then beyond that, you're working with design, and then you walk through the permitting process. After that, it's on to all the nuts and bolts, framing, the windows, and so on and so forth.
So it sounds like it can be a lengthy process. Can you give any insight on what type of challenges you might encounter?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to run into challenges, bottom line. The process takes too long. There's too much involved in building a house to not run into challenges. But if you have the right team in place, you can accomplish anything.
Thanks so much for having us, Josh and Christy, and showing us what your company, NorCal Homes and Development, can do in the town of Loomis.
Thank you so much for coming out.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us on this journey through Loomis. I'm Kimberly Prince, your host of the American Dream Selling Sacramento, and we'll see you next time.